What is going on, everybody? WeedleTwineedle here, and we are back again with another Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle, and this one's gonna be against Angelique, a person I battle off my Discord server. So if you guys are interested in a Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle and try Discord chat room and a place to hang out and find Wi-Fi battles, definitely check out my Discord server. A link will be in the description. Now, me and Angelique are having a never use battle, or I guess RU is technically the tier, but we basically brought an NU team. But we're both packing a Mega Evolution because my opponent really wanted to use Mega Camerupt, and I can't blame her, to be honest with you. She's like, can I bring one of the new Megas that got released? And I'm like, that's probably Mega Camerupt. And I'm like, sure, why not? And I brought Mega Audino because if we're using Megas, I don't think she's going to really be mad if I'm using Mega Audino. So we're just going to head right in this battle. I'm using some very fun Pokemon as well. Some Pokemon you guys suggested, like Kingler. And a Regirock set that's arguably worse than the Verla set. Worse than the Verla set.
Those words, is it possible to use them in a sentence together like that?
And they're not even arguable worse than the Verla set, like definitely worse than the Verla set. And I didn't think those words can come out of my mouth. So once you guys see this Regirock set, it'll definitely keep you or leave you face palming for sure. So turn one, my opponent is going to click Fake Out with the Hariyama just to break my sturdy with my Lasagna Crab, which is fine. But now I'm just going to click Stealth Rocks because since I do carry Regirock and Regirocks normally carry Stealth Rocks, I figured my opponent would not anticipate the Stealth Rocks with Crustle. And if she did, I could just, set up a Shell Smash if she brings in Zatu or something. But she's going to go for the close combat onto my Lasagna Crab, and I'm able to tank it all right. And now I decide to actually click the Stone Edge just in case my opponent wants to switch out to pivot into the Spikes with Magic Bounce, as she's going to bring in Fuck Your Rocks, bro. But very ironically, it's going to get pelted by Stealth Rocks and destroyed by Stone Edge, and the freaking Zatu just got destroyed. Granted, that was a very aggressive play for me, but I figured my opponent would try to bounce him back or just switch out in general. I don't really know. But now my opponent's going to bring in Pussy Stank, the Skuntank, very mature nickname, and getting around the filter with that U. I see you, bro. But now I'm going to go for the Layer Spikes as my opponent is going to decide to go for Sucker Punch. I think maybe that's like the only move my opponent has that can hit me. I'm not too sure. But now I decided to go for Stone Edge again, expecting her not to go for Sucker Punch, but she does go for Sucker Punch, so I'm like, crap. Oh well, she got me. So down goes my Crustle. We're able to get up a Layer Spikes and Stealth Rocks, and now I'm going to bring in my Sableye, and I'm like, I'm not going to let you defog those hazards away. And then I forget Prankster doesn't affect Dark types. So I'm like, oh, I guess I am letting you defog away those entry hazards after all, huh? I'm very intelligent, trust me guys, I'm very intelligent when it comes to Pokemon, trust me. Trust me, I'm really good at this game. Okay, so Skuntank's not going to want to stay in here for some reason, even though I literally cannot touch it. I'm actually just going to click Knock Off here, because this is my only move to hit the Skuntank, and I just want to get rid of its Black Sludge Recovery if it has it. But yeah, in comes Krakatoa, and now I'm going to switch out of here. I like how she used Krakatoa as the nickname, but I'm sure a lot of people do that for their volcanic Pokemon. It's just like a common thing. But yeah, my opponent's going to Mega Evolve with a Mega Camerupt, and I'm hoping to God that she does not click Earth Power. That and, I mean, I would assume she clicked Fire Blast because my fire resistance is Regirock, so it's not like she has a reason not to, and my fire resistance is also Gamer, which, as you can see from this damage, almost dies, so, like, it was either Earth Power and chancing me switching into Sigilif or going for Fire Blast, so overall, I figured Fire Blast was the right play, so thankfully we're able to make that correct play, as now my opponent is going to bring in the Skuntank once again, as Shanique was going to start doing a dance, which obviously means we're about to use a Z move with my Kingler with the Penny Pincher, looking good, like very intimidating. I got really sad because I nicknamed, I think, Penny Pincher, and then I didn't realize that the R got cut off until, like, as soon as I got in the battle, I realized that, and I'm like, oh shit, so I guess I have to go to the name Raider and get that changed when I get off my lazy ass. But until then, it's gonna be Penny Pinchy, yes, because you can get it Mr. Krabs. I was gonna name it Mr. Krabs. Actually, there's already too many SpongeBob references in this battle. I may as well just make as many as I can. But now I'm gonna bring in Stone Talus because I want to save my Crawdont, yes, my Kingler for the Mega Camerupt, because Mega Camerupt is a fair and balanced Pokemon and never used. I mean, I'm not complaining at all. I'm just like, I kind of need that thing to kill this Camerupt, so I just want to keep it alive. As now my opponent is going to bring back in the Krakatoa, and I'm going to preserve my Regirock because I need a flying resist for that Scyther, and I want to keep my set, hidden for later on. So my opponent makes a very nice play going for Fire Blast, expecting my switch in the Sigilif, and Sigilif lives with 1 hit point, which is very troll. I really can't do much to hit this thing because I'm actually a Cosmic Power Stored Power set, the very fun and skillful set to play against. So I should definitely be a Life Orb variant, but I decided to run a Stored Power set to be like a wannabe Necrozma. But unfortunately, my Sigilif cannot quite do it, as my Camerupt just demolished it, unfortunately. But now, gonna bring back in my Penny Pincher, or my Penny Pinchy, whatever, and my opponent's gonna withdraw now, not wanting to take a Crab Hammer, and bring on Cut for Beaver, the Scyther. Very good play, as now I'm just gonna decide to click the knockoff, just to pretty much hit whatever he wanted to bring in, because I know that Mega Camerupt literally solos my team, and there's no reason to sack it off to Kingler at this point, so yeah, I'm just pretty much going to force to sack off my Kingler here, because I know she's just going to U-turn out and get more momentum with the Camerupt, and it's just not going to work out for me. So I'm forced to deal with this Camerupt in an alternative way than using my Kingler. So my opponent's going to bring in the Camerupt right back in, as now I do decide to bring in Toriel, my Audino. Now I am Mega Audino. Now considering I have not brought it out yet, up to this point, I'm assuming my opponent thinks that she's in the clear, which is not the case, because my Mega Audino is an offensive Mega Audino with Healing Wish, because I want him to use it, and it's my only Mega Audino set. So I'm going to go for the Surf here, because I do carry it for, Rhydon and stuff, and just other bulky Stealth Rockers in the NU tier. This was a last gen Audino that I just kind of transferred over. But yeah, Surf's going to easily knock out the Krakatoa. My opponent was definitely not anticipating that, as I probably would anticipate it either, considering I went through such drastic measures to keep my Kingler alive. But that's where the bait came in. Like, I put so much emphasis to keep my Kingler alive that I put my opponent in a false sense of security. That the WeedleTwineedle plays right there. So my opponent is going to bring in the Hariyama here, the thick B, and I actually don't want to take a close combat because I'm not defensive and I want to preserve this thing's health bar. So I'm going to bring in my Sableye here to take the close combat, as Sinister is able to, skillfully avoid it. And now my opponent is going to want to switch out and bring in the Drug Dealer, the Sceptile. Very nice nickname on Sceptiles. I'm just going to decide to click knockoff, because I figured that she wouldn't want to stay on the Will-O-Wisp. If she did, that means she's Guts, and I don't want to burn it anyway, so knockoff is just my best play. And considering that she switched out, I'm just going to take a gander that she's not Guts, but it could just be my analysis skills being wrong, but I'm just honestly going off of assumption because I have no proof. I didn't ask my opponent or anything. But yeah, knockoff's not going to be able to do a KO, as now the Sceptile I do believe is in overgrow range, so this thing's damage output is ridiculous. I want to reserve my Sableye's health bar just because I want to just have Will-O-Wisp in the back in case I need it. So I'm going to bring in Toriel here, my Audino, expecting anything, but my opponent decided to click Giga Drain instead and not Leaf Storm, even though I could have recovered on the after the Leaf Storm and gotten my health back, but whatever, not too big of a deal. Toriel is going to not take too much damage, and now Sceptile does not want to stay in because Sceptile is now her win con, now that Camerupt is dead. So she's going to bring in the Hariyama on the Fairy type, because that makes sense. As I'm actually going to double switch out, anticipating her wanting to switch out because she's at -2 special attack and it is her win con. So thankfully we're able to get that play correctly. I'm playing very aggressively in this battle because, I don't know, I have my mood. Some days I feel like I should just play like a computer, and then some days I feel like I should play like a god, and this is one of those days where I'm like, well, you know what, it's time to flex. So gonna go for the Willows onto the Hariyama, is now unfortunately knockoff's not gonna be able to knock me out. We live with 1 hit point once again, so that's 2 1 hit point lives in one battle. That's pretty troll, and that would probably tilt me if I were the opponent, no lie. So my opponent is not gonna want to stay in here, because obviously I can prankster recovery and get all of my health back, because Sableye is a very fun Pokemon to play against. So we're gonna recover and get all of our health back. As in comes the Sceptile once again. Now I don't really have a switch into this thing, but since the Hariyama's burned, I don't really have such high needs to keep it anymore. So gonna bring in my Mega Audino here to take the Giga Drain. I was expecting Leaf Storm, but Giga Drain's actually a 2-hit KO on me, so it's just rather unfortunate. It looks like a roll, so maybe I can live it, and I don't know if my opponent wants to risk it. So instead of staying in and taking a second Giga Drain, I'm actually decided to sack off my Sableye just on the off chance my opponent wants to click Leaf Storm, as thankfully she actually does. So she's going to Leaf Storm and knock out my Sableye, but that means her Sceptile is at -2 special attack again. Now I'm pretty much like setting myself up to lose to regular Sceptile late game, because I did knock off its Life Orb, but it still does enough damage to easily win my opponent the game, so it's not looking too great for me at this point. My opponent is going to want to preserve the Sceptile because she's at -2 special attack, and she's going to bring in the Hariyama. Unfortunately though, she has more sacks than I do, so the battle's not looking too good for me. I'm going to go for Dazzling Gleam here because I figured she'd switch out into Hariyama or something, and Dazzling Gleam's able to do a decent chunk to it, and since it's burned and doesn't have guts, it's not looking like it's going to be too handy at this point. But yeah, she's going to decide to go for Fake Out for absolutely no reason. I don't really know why. And yeah, Fake Out's going to flinch me, and now I don't really want to stay in here, but I don't really have a choice. But I think she's actually going to switch out because she doesn't think she can kill me. I don't know, but she's going to bring Cut for Bieber here. Maybe because she wants to preserve the Haruyama. I don't even know, honestly. I would have sacked it. But, yeah, Dazzling Gleam's not really going to do much to the Scyther. I mean, granted, okay, my last one is Regirock, so I guess sacking up the Scyther is making a little more sense in my eyes. So here, I actually lived the Aerial Ace with 6 HP, and I thought I was totally dead, so I just clicked Healing Wish for the hell of it, and we lived it with 6 HP, so we pretty much refilled the entire set. My last move is Fire Blast, but, like, I had no reason to use it, as now I'm going to Healing Wish my Stone Talus back in here, a nice Breath of the Wild reference for you guys, and we're going to Healing Wish and get all of our health back. Now, we're in pretty decent position. Unfortunately, my opponent does have Sceptile with Leaf Storm, so it's not looking too good for me. But yeah, she's just going to go for the U-turn, and Regirock actually takes a pretty big chunk from that, so kind of surprised. It might be max attack or something, but my opponent is going to bring in Thick B once again just to sack it off because she doesn't want her Sceptile to get damaged, as I revealed a Rock Polish. Now my opponent's like, what the fuck, right? So, you know, Rock Polish, Regirock could be worse, right? Like, you know, Rock Polish, you damn bet I have Weakness Policy, but I have Defense Curl as well. Now, if you don't see where this is going, you're not a true Verlis fan, but like, yeah, close combat's not going to be doing too much damage to me after Burn and Defense Curl. And like I said, I definitely have Weakness Policy because it is not a WeedleTwineedle battle unless I carry Weakness Policy on something. I actually have Weakness Policy on Crustle as well, believe it or not. So there's 2 Weakness Policies on this team. Definitely a WeedleTwineedle special, as yeah, my opponent realizes that, like, oh, I can't really outspeed, so she's gonna Bullet Punch me, lower my health down a little more with a crit, as now I reveal my rollout. Yes, now this is arguably, like I said, worse than a Verlisat, if not, like, guaranteed worse than a Verlisat, but, you know, I'm at +2 speed, I got the Defense Curl to increase my rollout damage, I got Weakness Policy, it is over for my opponent. My opponent thought that she won with Sceptile late game. This is where, you know, the Weedle, you should not underestimate me. I always have something up my sleeve. Even if it is really, really, really bad that no one would run it besides me, I will have it. So yeah, roll out, going to knock out the Scyther, and my opponent is going to lose to the Regirock late game. Now, this Regirock set is so freaking bad. Its last move is Drain Punch, in case you guys are wondering. But yeah, this Regirock set is very bad. Don't use it. Don't use this at home. It will not work. Just so you know. But I hope you guys did enjoy this Wi-Fi battle. It's pretty fun and pretty close, actually. If you guys did enjoy this Wi-Fi battle and want to support my YouTube channel, please be sure to continental crush that like button, as it means the world to me, and your guys' support has been amazing and keeps me inspired to make these daily uploads, or almost daily uploads for you guys. I'm sorry, I work near full-time and do other things, so I mean, I can't make videos every day, but I try. I do try. Anyway, the question of the day is going to be, which Mega Evolution do you want released right now? Like, I need this Mega today. Like, honestly, Mega Camerupt, that was me. Mega Camerupt, I needed it. But now that it's out, I can finally rejoice. And I didn't bring Mega Camerupt in this battle because I knew my opponent was probably going to bring it, because she was like, I'm so excited to use the new Mega Evolution that just came out. And I'm like, it's either Mega Banette or Mega Camerupt. And I'm just going to take a gander that it is Mega Camerupt, and I was right. But, yeah, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to Mega Gardevoir releasing, which is going to release very soon, by the way. I think it's like by the end of June or beginning of July it releases, but I'm very psyched for that Mega Evolution, as I'm sure a lot of you guys are as well. A lot of you OU tryhards are probably more psyched than I am. But yeah, I'm rambling at this point. Thank you guys so much for watching till the end. I'll check you guys in my next video. Alright, peace.